So last week I used a large packet of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I used half of it to create my husband's meal prep, which was a white creamy chicken with green beans and mashed potatoes thing. And now I want to show you what I did with the other part of that chicken breast packet. So I went ahead and seasoned it with some salt, pepper, paprika. Once it's cooked, I set it aside. Before starting on my chicken, I went ahead and batch cooked some dried garbanzo beans. The way I like to cook them is in the slow cooker because I don't have to keep an eye on them. I just let it run for about 3 hours or so on high. It's really simple. I strain them and then I freeze them on a sheet pan, and then I put them in a reusable silicone freezer bag so that I am able to take out portion size whenever I need it. Because I was already in a freezing mode, I went ahead and also froze some ripe bananas that I didn't want to throw away. I like to add ripe bananas to my smoothies, and I cut them up like this because it makes it easier on my blender. My blender is a little bit on the older side, so I do what I can to try and help it out. So now I'm preparing the fresh components of my salads. I just want to have them ready throughout the week so that I can just grab them and put them on a plate. So I have washed the romaine lettuce, put it in this little salad spinner thing to take away excess moisture, and then I chop it up into really tiny pieces because that's the way I like to eat my vegetables. I don't like huge chunks of vegetables, and that's okay. You need to figure out the way that you like to eat fruits and veggies. So I bought a 5-pound bag of carrots. A way for me to cut them up in a very quick way is to use my food processor. I like to use that instead of the grater or just like a little handheld shredder. I had bought in one of these, and it does a really good job of cutting the carrots in like this. I really like the carrots like this in a salad, and that's why I had bought this, but I have some wrist issues. My husband had bought me a food processor a while back, and I use it for other things, and I hadn't realized, but it has a shredder attachment. So I like to use it on the carrot. I think that it's a really good way to your own shredded carrots. Obviously, you can get the ones that are pre-shredded. I just like to shred my own, literally for no reason. I just like to do it myself. You guys can obviously buy the pre-shredded ones. They come in little small packets. And I think one of the main reasons I buy just like the big bag is because I like to use carrots in other ways and in other forms. So if I just need a carrot for, I don't know, like I'm making picadillo or a stew or something like that, I can just, cut up the carrot the way I want it to. And I just like to, I guess, use my time like this and shred my own carrots. It's really easy. It's not that hard. So this is the food processor that I have. My husband bought it for me for Christmas. It's a KitchenAid. So I've got the attachment in already, and I like to use the medium size grate. I'm gonna go ahead and shred these carrots so that I have them ready for my salads. There are some pieces here that get stuck. These I already have the chopping board. I'm just going to give them a rough chop and then add them to my container here. I'm also going to cut up this pint of grape tomatoes to go along with my salads. So one of the big reasons I like to cut up my vegetables is because of the texture. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that I snack on celery sticks or carrot sticks and dip them in hummus, or I eat bell peppers raw and I really enjoy the taste of vegetables like that. I don't. I prefer things to be cut up because there's just something about taking a big bite of carrot or taking a big bite of a grape tomato that just doesn't sit right with me. What I've learned is that I need to try and make, well, all of us, we need to learn how to figure out how we like things prepared. Maybe you might, if you're struggling to get in more veggies, it might be because of that. So I like to prep my carrots that way because I find that they're a lot less sweet. I know a lot of people just throw them in whole like that in salad. I can't do that. So that's why I take the time to cut them up. It does seem like a lot of work, but in the long run, because I'm taking the time to do it now when I meal prep, I can just add it very quickly to my salads or anything that I'm eating. For example, I like to eat carrots with apples, sprinkle in some tahini, and also add in like a lot of lemon juice. So if the carrot was like in a bigger form, I don't think I would really enjoy that. So I know I'm ranting on a lot about texture and sizes, but I just think it's really important because if you can find something that'll help you eat vegetables more, I would say, to do it. So if you find yourself struggling with vegetables, I suggest maybe cutting them up a little bit smaller. And like I said before, I know it does seem time consuming, but in the long run, if you build these little habits habits of taking the time out to do that, it'll help you a lot in the long run. All right, so I'm going to show you how I build my salad bowls. I use the word salad a lot. I also wanted to ask you guys, what do you think a salad is? Because to me, when I think of salad, I think of a base of a leafy green, for example, lettuce. And to that, always make sure to have some sort of rich carbohydrate source, so rice. I love rice. I don't think that a salad means just like leaves and vegetables. I think that you need to have a hearty sort of component to it, a good source of fat, because if you don't have those two things, you're not gonna like it. It's not going to be enjoyable. But I just wanted to show you guys what I mean by salad. My salads need to be hearty. They need to be filling. They need to have a good amount of rice, good amount of chickpeas or a bean, a good amount of protein so that they're filling. I think most of us, when we think of the word salad, we just think of maybe like lettuce and tomatoes, these two things, and maybe carrots and a dressing, the light dressing. I'm not for that. I don't believe in that. I need to be able to feel satiated with my salad bowls. So just wanted to say that, and I'm gonna show you guys how I build my salad bowls. So these two are from the freezer. This is corn. These are chickpeas. These are the carrots that I shredded up. This is a lettuce that I prepared. This is rice. These are the tomatoes. Here's the chicken you guys also saw me prepare. And here is the honey mustard dressing that I'm going to use. Now, I had shown you guys before that I also like to prepare lentils. You can do a lot of mix and match with these kinds of bowls. So instead of these, maybe you could add a cup of lentils. And instead of corn, you could add, I don't know, edamame. I like to take my frozen stuff and my rice and my protein. I like to heat that up warm. I don't like to eat that cold. I'm going to add that to a bowl, heat it up. That way this gets defrosted, as well as the chickpeas. Also so that the chicken is also heated up with the rice. And then I'll add the cold components, which is like the lettuce, the carrots, and the tomatoes. And that is how I will eat and enjoy my salad bowl. First, I'm going to add my chickpeas. And I've shown you guys where I got these from. They're from the Minute Rice. I have measured this out before and it turns out to be about a cup. So I'm just gonna add maybe about 3/4 or 2/3 of a cup, which is about the serving size. And then corn, this is 1/4 cup. I feel like corn needs to be in every salad. Just really love the taste of corn. It's a really good source of fiber. A little bit of rice. That was about 1/2 cup maybe. And then I'm gonna add my chicken. This is going to go in the microwave. I'm going to cover it up with this silicone cover. That way it helps ensure that the moisture is reaching all parts of the bowl and it's not escaping the bowl. So it'll make sure that everything is heated up completely and thoroughly. So I'm only gonna do about a minute. So now that my bowl came out of the microwave, I'm going to add the rest of the components. Here's how it looks. Just gonna mix it up a little bit. Going to add some honey mustard already, just because I want to start blending in that flavor. So just a little bit. I'm just gonna make some room here so that I can add my lettuce. So it's just about a handful. So I'm gonna add a hearty amount of it and just a little bit of tomatoes. And finally, I'm going to add a little bit more of this mustard. And here is my completed salad bowl. It's very, very hearty. It has the rice, the chickpeas. This is really gonna help me feel full and satiated. So I hope I gave you guys inspiration. And lastly, I just wanted to show you this no-bake Oreo cheesecake that I made.